Alright, before we get into this Art of War 3 battle, I just wanted to take a moment to highlight our opponents. One of them is an 8-time medalist from ACBDS. And for our other opponent, we're going to be facing off against a rank 20 player with 24 medals. 24 AI medals, including 10 first place finishes in the Bronze League. As we'll see with this battle though, those AI medals tend to not be very useful, at least for this particular engagement. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, welcome back to another Art of War 3 replay. I'm your host, JEONG SINAH, and today we're going to be doing a clan 2v2 battle. I'm going to be the blue Confederate player. My ally Bullet 82 MK2 is going to be the green Confederate player. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got some early scouting on the battlefield here. It's going to be a naval map here, so I'm going to go for the naval side of things, while my ally Bullet is going to go for the aviation. Looks like Yellow is getting a scout onto the water there. I've got a gold naval scout boost going to collect those containers. Looks like Bullet's going to be teching up to HQ3. I am already HQ3 at this time. Looks like the resistance side is going to go for an early game rush. This is the rank 20 player with the 24 medals, going for a very classic rush style build. Lots of coyotes and lots of riflemen. And Bullet doesn't have any units to defend with, except for a couple deltas at this time. So we're in a little bit of a pressure situation right now. I'm going to need to potentially send some help over to Bullet. Let's see how Bullet handles the rush though. Bullet is going to lose a power plant there. The deltas are dishing out steady damage against the units though from the yellow player. Hammer tank there from Bullet is starting to dish out damage as well. Bullet's starting to produce more units. Here comes a Cyclone for defense. And it looks like Bullet has defended this rush pretty well and actually does not need my help. I've got a scout there that is going to get cleaned up. Here we go. First naval engagement of this battle. It's going to be this one Gator versus the one Viking. I'm going to pivot over to a red naval attack boost. And we can see that this Gator is actually not very strong. Even though it's from an 8-time medalist, that Gator does get cleaned up pretty easily. And so we have no problem dealing with Gators so far on the water. My plan is to go for triple naval shipyards. And I'm sensing a possible ground assault from the red player. Bullet getting a nice scout onto Yellow. Yellow is going for a full ground build. Red looks like is going for dragonflies with Gators supporting. Very classic resistance build. And look at this. Nice scout from Bullet does reveal that the red player is trying to stockpile grenadiers and armadillos in the corner to secure that large resource container. I'm not going to worry about that resource container. I've got plenty of resources of my own right now. Here comes some dragonflies from the red player. I'm going to throw on a gold air raid boost because I hate dragonflies and I want to deal with them as fast as possible. Here comes the Gators though from the red player. I'm going to pull back my deltas. And now I'm going to move in my Vikings. I've got 5 Vikings. Gold naval attack boost. And here we go. First major naval engagement. And these Gators are just getting crushed by my Vikings. I would like to note for the audience, I have 0 medals. And my Vikings are strong, but they are not maxed for rank. And these Gators, though, they're just getting absolutely crushed by my Vikings. Yellow's Gators are even worse than Red's Gators. Yellow is a 24-time AI medalist, and we can see that Yellow clearly didn't bother to upgrade their Gators. So we can see that this red player's Gator gets cleaned up very easily. Got a few deltas and assaults on the land to deal with this incursion from the red player. Red trying to come in with those armadillos and grenadiers. Bullets coming in with the Vertex support. Meanwhile, my Vikings are just crushing the red player's defensive line. Vertex are cleaning up the units really nicely. And now I'm moving in a ton of deltas and Vikings. Here comes another Gator from Yellow. And I just want to highlight just how bad this Yellow player's Gators are. My deltas are not maxed for rank and they are beating the crap out of this Gator. The Gator just gets crushed by my deltas. And the Gators from the red player getting crushed by my Vikings. And this is pretty embarrassing for 2 multi-time medalists. Gonna move in my Vikings now. And now we have full control of the water here. Looks like yellow was focused on going for a ground build. Also looks like red went for HQ4, which is kind of a shame because red probably could have used those resources to instead produce a standing navy, but it's a little too late for that. So red's now trying to defend using ground troops, trying to make some grenadiers and porcupines, and clearly that's not going to work out. Here comes another gator from the yellow player. Watch how weak this gator is from the 24-time AI medalist. My Viking isn't microed the best there, and the yellow player got a few hits on my gator, but look how my Viking is just shredding that gator. Yellow's just continuing to move forces to amass outside of bullet space. This is a desperation move from the yellow player. Yellow's continuing to try and do something on the water. I'm not sure what yellow's trying to get done on the water. Yellow's really underpowered gators are not going to be of help at all. Red is desperately trying to build away from the water, but this map is so hard to come back on if you lose the water. So we can see that yellow's going to launch one last final ditch attack here. Bullet's got a nice defensive line here. Hammer tanks, infantry, deltas mixed together versus jaguar, snipers, grenadiers, and porcupines. And we can see that yellow's dishing out some good damage against Bullet, but even then, my Vikings are continuing to just shred the red player. Red is in huge trouble. Multiple vertex come in. They are just decimating the ground troops that yellow is attempting to send. And we can see that red's only down to a few buildings now at this point. Red really is not able to respond to my attack. And it looks like yellow's attack has been pretty much cleaned up for the most part. Bullet's vertex doing a nice job defending. I brought in my ground troops from earlier, a few assaults and some deltas. And we can see that we're just continuing to clean up the rest of this red player's base. And we can see yellow is going to self-destruct. Alright, hopefully you all enjoyed watching Bullet and I crush 2 multi-time medalists with ease. Good luck with your battles. We will see you in the next one.